Hello, I'm Bob Thomas, and I want to welcome you to the fourth video in this explanation series about a new exercise called the Tiger Lift. This video 4 Tiger Lift demonstration was a special event on May 4th, 2012 at the George Washington University Wellness Center Gymnasium. George Washington University made this demonstration possible, but does not endorse the Tiger Lift in any way. Instead, the Tiger Lift is based on my 2 years of experience only. This video is to support a worldwide project called Ending Worldwide Dire Poverty. It may be copied for non-commercial purposes only. Otherwise, all rights to the Tiger Lift are reserved. In this Tiger Lift video series explanation, video 2, entitled The Tiger Lift Centrifugal Force, described how aerobics and resistance exercising can be combined into one lift by using the horizontal leg press. This video described the principle of creating centrifugal force to assist with the lift. Centrifugal force is created by circular rotation. It can be created by the aerobic exercise circular motion, using both feet to pedal a bicycle, and by simulating a similar circular rotation using each leg and ankle and foot independently in a circular motion on the horizontal leg press. It is in this sense that the effects of the aerobic exercising on a bicycle and weight resistance exercising on the horizontal leg press are combined into a single exercise called the Tiger Lift. This fourth part of this Tiger Lift video explanation continues to describe the mechanics and make it possible for me to presently lift over 4 million pounds every day. The daily lifting height averages 655 feet, which is 100 feet higher than the Washington Monument. This fourth video lift explanation begins with a new lifting measurement method that is easy to use and that can validate both the number of reps and the lifting height absolutely. This video then describes how to set and use your legs to create a lifting height that can reach into the stratosphere. I left off with the on-off computer-like automation mechanical lifting principle for the leg press in this third video in this Tiger Lift video series. At the same time that the main camcorder video records the total lift, another video is directed at the measurement apparatus on the weight pile to videotape the number and height of the lifts. After describing this videotape lifting measurement system, this fourth video explanation concludes by providing guidelines on establishing your own lifting height and then how to count and monitor such lifts on the leg press. This fourth video that was taken at the second George Washington University special event on May the 4th, 2012 is somewhat dark because of a camera automatic lighting malfunction. This and the next video that are both somewhat dark are generally intended to be explanatory only. A series of highly visual lifting demonstration videos showing the lifting rates will follow these explanations. All explanatory and detail in these dialogues is written out on my Facebook fan page, Robert Thomas, Ending Worldwide Dire Poverty. Accurately measuring the number and height for each of these more numerous and yet smaller and yet complete Tiger Lifts is easy enough. First, you need to set up a privacy shield, video privacy shield behind the leg press weight area like this privacy shield is. Then simply tape a yardstick on the white support bar that is next to the weight pile like this. Notice how this is taped on. Then tape a yardstick on the top of the weight, a stick, just a plain stick, on the top of the weight pile like this. Notice that that's just taped on there, a little stick. Just take this stick over the yardstick and extend it over there so that when the weight is lifted like this, the measuring stick will show the height of the lift on the yardstick. Notice that the thrust of this initial lift is higher than the repetitions that follow. It is like the first higher lift in the establishes a platform area for the rest of the smaller lifts until each of the lifting set is completed and the weight is dropped back down again. Next, notice that the video here, this video, is placed behind the close range in front of the yardstick. We're very close to it. And only then, with the measuring stick on the top of it and the yardstick on the side view, then you can start this video at close range to measure the yardstick up and down and complete your measurement of the lift. This separate measurement camera at close range will then record the height, quality of each lift for repetition for immediate, on-the-spot playback and analysis. The following is a brief videotape sample of one of my lift measurements. As described, the normal or traditional leg press close seating position is intended to stretch the muscles and to develop leg size and muscle size and strength. The Tiger lift is not intended to build such initial leg muscle mass. The seat position that is further back with the Tiger lift creates a shorter lift and is for those with leg muscles that are already developed. The Tiger lift intent is not to use the leg muscles as the primary source of power for the lift. Instead, the power that makes the Tiger lift possible comes from a more fundamental source of body strength, or the body core muscles that are locked and set to act simultaneously in a spinning motion. While it might appear that the legs are doing the lifting, the lift is made possible by the locked body core muscles that power the leg muscles. These locked body core muscles are the subject of the next video. When fully engaged, the power of the locked body core muscles can put a major strain on the hip and leg muscles and on the ankles. This locked body core power pressure is stronger than the normal stretching pressure and can cause far more muscle strains than one would normally experience on the leg press. Rushing the increase in the total number of reps will mean constant muscle strains that can include an entire leg from the hip down. The key for progress is slowly but surely. As a survivor of all of these muscle strains, I can observe that the ultimate overall strengthening effect that can exponentially increase the total amount that one can lift is quite positive. The normal horizontal leg press weightlifting approach is not fundamentally faster or different than any other approach to weight resistance lifting. As I have commented, the key to increasing the lifting speed on the leg press is a longer lift with the legs that results in a shorter lifting height. Again, that increase in speed can be accomplished by setting the seat position back to reduce the distance and height involved with each lift. Based on the length of your legs, you need to experiment with how far to set the seat back. At first, you should do about 10 lift sets while concentrating on perfecting the spinning lifting technique that can create the necessary centrifugal force. To adequately generate the lifting force that is necessary for these circular lifts, the lift should be no more than 1/2 inch. You can gradually expand the number of lifts per set, gradually increase the weight, and also experiment with the optional foot placement. With so many lifts so fast, you must learn to count each lift out loud in order to count them correctly. In my experience, this challenges my throat as I verbally count 20,000 lifts each day. Your body should be lifted off of the seat, and your hips should be striking and your head jerking from side to side when you count to know that the lifts you are counting are proper. You do not need to guess whether they are, because this will show you. With the large, unheard of numbers and total amounts that this lift can create, only by carefully analyzing these video lift measurement tapes can you know where you are at in your lifting progress. Complete written records indicating the amount and time for every lifting set should be taken at the time of each lift. This detailed record keeping is absolutely necessary for compiling lifting totals. I am prepared to lift 5 million pounds and much more in a single day with all of it on videotape measurement. You simply must know what it is, that it is what it is, or you cannot count it as progress. I count the initial higher lifting thrust as part of the lifting height. For the weight, I count only the repetitions that follow this initial lifting thrust. The initial lifting thrust averages at least 5 inches. Since I do 80 such lifts each day, this adds 400 inches or about over 33 feet to the lifting height. The height of my lift repetitions averages 3/8 of an inch. My present 2 daily lifts are 10,000 reps each, or 20,000 reps total. At 3/8 of an inch per rep, my present daily lifting height for the 200-pound weight is 625 feet, or over 1/10 of a mile. Adding the initial lifting thrust height at 5 inches and 80 daily lifts equals 33 feet, or over 655 feet lifting height daily. While always a complete lift, the height of this kind of circular lift can vary. Since the lifting height is uneven and can be higher or lower than the 3/8 of an inch, I add 2,000 reps daily without counting the additional weight lifted. I count the additional height as extra to ensure that my lifting height averages at least 3/8 of an inch. I like the 655 feet daily that this can achieve because that's higher than the Washington Monument. 10 such lifts are over a mile. At a year, at this rate, we'll lift the 200 pounds well into the stratosphere. I've already done this amount and more in a year. This ends this 4th video that explains the Tiger Lift lifting height to the stratosphere. The dialogue for this explanation is written out for easy reading on my Facebook fan page, Robert Thomas, Ending Worldwide Dire Poverty.